morning, lovelies. I thought I would take you guys along with me on a bit of a productive Monday in my life. So it's now about 9, just before 9 a.m. You would have seen I've done my morning routine. So I take the dog out first so she can have a bit of a stretch of her legs and do her toilets. And then I have my breakfast, do a bit of reading, a wee bit of work, go to the gym. So I've actually started going to the gym again, which is funny because I think in my New Year reset vlog I was like, I'm not going to the gym anymore, I enjoy working out from home. But then I was like, actually I miss going to the gym, so I decided to join again, at least for the cold months. I just think it's a nice thing to do on a winter morning, so I really enjoyed getting back to the swing of things with that. And now I am in Aviemore and I'm going to be going into Costa to do a wee bit of work. So I really like to get out of the house more because I work for myself, work from home most of the time. I try and once a week, usually on a Monday, come into Aviemore and work from a cafe for just a bit of a change. And I plan all of my days and all of my life, as you guys know, in Notion. And I have my own So Living planner, and that's how I balance my day. So as much as I like to be productive, I also like to stay mindful. I'm very much an advocate for slow living. So yeah, I've got like a daily planner. I'm sure I can show you guys here if it will focus. And this is where I refer to all my planning. So I have things like, what am I grateful for? What's my intention of the day? How I'm going to slow down. And then I have my tasks, which are split into non-negotiables, so things I definitely need to do today, some quick ticks, and then the rest of my tasks. And I also schedule my day and I time block everything, which can feel a bit overwhelming if you don't do that, but actually it makes, it makes such a difference. And yeah, I just feel like I can just move through my day so much easier when I know what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll drop the link to that in my description because I do sell that planner on my Etsy store. So yeah, I'm going to go into Costa now, do a little bit of work, then I'm going to go and do my food shop, take you guys along with me, and then I'll catch up with you back in the tiny home. So back at the tiny home now, and thought I would do you a quick food haul. So start at the back here. I got 2 of the shreddies because they're favourite in our household. Some Weetabix, some oats, obviously because I love porridge. Got my favourite kind of easy quick vegan snack, these oat biscuits. I got some beans, some coconut milk. My favourite tea, I always do Clipper for their kind of everyday tea is my favourite. And then I got a couple of tofu. I usually put one in the fridge and one in the freezer, just so I always have some on hand. Some Oatly milk, some more butter, the Richmond sausages, because I've not had these in a while and they're probably my favourite vegan sausages. I got this from the farm food shop actually. It's my favourite hummus. It's really, really nice and they don't always have it in, so whenever I'm passing I nip in to see if they have some, so pleased to get that. Fresh produce, I didn't need a huge amount, so I just got some onions, lemons, sweet potato, broccoli, ginger, and then I've got some few bready things. So I couldn't get my preferred pita breads. I like the ones that are kind of thicker and easier to fill, so I just got the standard ones. A couple of garlic breads that are accidentally vegan in Tesco, and my favourite naan bread. I personally like to balance my days by getting my most important and sort of energy consuming tasks done in the morning, because I am definitely more of a morning person, so I do like to maximise that energy at that time of the day, and then in the afternoon I kind of gradually slow things down. One of my favourite things to do in the early afternoon, as I'm kind of winding down but don't want to like turn off my brain too much yet, is to use that time to invest in my learning. And of course, to do that I use my favourite online learning platform, which is Skillshare. Skillshare really is an exceptional platform, and it's in fact the largest online community for creatives. The classes in Skillshare are really fundamental when it came to growing my own creative business. They really have a fantastic range of classes, all led by industry professionals. You can learn stuff like videography, photography, graphic design, writing, as well as taking the individual classes. What I really like about Skillshare is they have learning paths where they've curated similar classes together to help you master a new skill. One of the reasons I actually started Skillshare was because I knew Emma Gannon was on there and one of the teachers on there, and I am a huge admirer of everything she does. I've read loads of her books, I've listened to her podcast, I read her Substack, and she is one of the #1 teachers I always recommend, particularly if you are new to Skillshare. A good place to start if you're beginning your creative journey is definitely her class, Discovering Success, 7 exercises to uncover your purpose, passion and path. Emma takes you through some really interesting and thought-provoking exercises, and they really help unlock your creativity. For me, this is actually where Hippie Highland Living started, so I have a lot to thank Emma for. Emma also has classes to boost your confidence as a creative, which I know is a barrier to a lot of us. And I really like a class about pivoting, where she goes into how you can pivot your career into one that maybe suits you better. A really important part of my business is actually my Etsy shop. I launched it last year, and I knew nothing about Etsy when I started, so of course I went to Skillshare to kind of brush up on my knowledge on it. One class I would definitely recommend if you're thinking of starting your own Etsy shop is Parker Guard's Building an Etsy Shop That Sells, Strategies for E-Commerce and Success. Parker is actually a content producer on Etsy, so really has some fantastic insights to offer. If you would like to try Skillshare yourself, maybe for your own creative business or outlets, or just to learn something new that interests you, then the first 500 people to click on the link in my description can get a 1-month free trial, which is really worth doing. And now I'm super excited because Emma actually has launched a new class for this year all about digital decluttering, which is something that I really want to get better at. I'm quite good at being minimal in my home, but I definitely think I could do with some help in my kind of digital space. So I think I'm gonna get into that now whilst I enjoy my cup of tea. I would definitely recommend that new Emma Gannon class. It was really, really good, as all her classes are. But I think now I'm going to make the most of the sun shining this afternoon and end my kind of work day by taking Sky out on another walk. Tired girly. I think I really enjoy Monday, like I say, because I don't go really hard into a new week. Like, I really love the energy around a Monday and a new week. But I also think I prefer it now because I don't have really long work days on Monday. So there are other days in the week that I probably work more hours. So when I'm editing a video, or maybe when I'm writing one of my Substack posts, it tends to be a slightly longer working day. But I really like my Mondays because they've kind of got a little bit of everything. I do some work, and obviously I get the treat of going to a coffee shop to do that. And I get my like food shopping done and do some like homemaking. I often do some dinner prep, didn't need it today, but it just generally means that I feel relaxed about my upcoming Monday. And I think, yeah, that's definitely a tip. I know a lot of us, not everyone's self-employed, so I think when it comes to me like giving advice on how I kind of balance work and personal life and that kind of thing, everything has to be taken with everyone's like personal circumstances in mind. But having said that, I think there is a little bit of flexibility with a lot of people's work, and I think it's just about being mindful and trying to make work for you. So like I said, I do my most important work in the morning. That's when my energy levels are the highest. You might be very, very different. You might prefer to work later on in the day. But I think taking breaks is fundamental and advice that I think all of us can agree is a good thing to do, not just work, work, work. Take breaks and take nourishing breaks as well. So yeah, particularly like make sure you feed yourself properly, take a proper lunch break, and do whatever makes you happy in that. So, you know, I sometimes listen to something, sometimes I listen to a podcast, but 9 times out of 10, that's when I watch a YouTube video. I don't watch a huge amount of TV, but I do enjoy watching YouTube. And I don't watch much in the evenings. I prefer to do other things in the evenings, like reading and yoga. So my lunchtime is kind of a time to kind of switch off a little bit and watch a YouTuber that I really enjoy watching. And of course, getting outside, I always like to do that. Mondays I actually go on slightly shorter walks, just because I've got a lot of other things going on, but I always make sure that I get out with the dog. And yeah, particularly later on in the afternoon, I love that to sort of round off my working day. And I think in the winter in particular, as we've got less light at the moment, you know, it's all about making the most of the light that we do have. It just lets me like relax and kind of release and start switching off for my evening. And yeah, something else I would say, something I'm being very mindful of, is to like look for little moments of joy through your day, whether that be making your favourite cup of tea, watching something or reading something, maybe a little creative thing you like to do. It's something that, like I said in my New Year reset, joy is actually my word of the year, and I've really enjoyed that word already. It's serving me really well, and I'm just being more mindful and prioritising things that I actually enjoy that make me happy, which sounds really simple because, you know, you should enjoy your life when you can. Obviously life is mixed and we all go through hard times, but if I can enjoy my life and make really small decisions to make that even more enjoyable, then it seems like a bit of a no-brainer. So yeah, I've really enjoyed focusing on that more at the early part of this year. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know if you want more content like this. I've really been enjoying leaning into kind of more days in the lives vlogs, maybe a little bit more raw than some of my previous posts. It's probably my favourite thing to film. So yeah, let me know if you like that kind of content and any specific like themes or anything you want to see. And remember, if you want to check out Skillshare, you can click the link in my description to get that free trial. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.